We can go into the game now, and I think we've actually missed the coin toss. I can't say who won the coin toss, but I can tell you that this time Andy is going on offense first. I mean, Jimmy, starting on offense after just having had an unsuccessful offense, how does that feel? I feel like that would be in my head that, I've really got to get it right this time.
I think Andy will have chosen to receive because with overtime, right? That means you can just use all of your rerolls to get it done. Like, you have to use them on offense. You don't have to use them on defense all the time, do you? Certainly not if you want to look. You don't have to, and then you can save them for overtime and stuff. So I think purely for overtime, I think Andy will have chosen to receive if he got the choice. But yeah, mentally it might be tough. I think because he kind of got close to scoring, right? He was a 3-3 away from scoring. And you know, like, Andy's been through all this before as well last year, and just in general, like, tournament level play, tabletop style. I think he'll be fine, but it's still going to be tricky.
I was thinking about, again, the series in the last round between J-Lev and Andy, and of course that was an Old World Alliance mirror, both of them on the same team. And in that series, more than once, we saw both coaches getting their scores on defense rather than offense. It is perhaps just one of the truths about Old World Alliance that the offense, because of all the loners, it's just not their forte, is it? It's an unreliable offense.
Yeah, and they're slow. Once again, they're a pretty slow team, and they can get a little bit bogged down versus, like, fighting another wall of guard and fighting other bash teams. They struggle a bit versus other, like, real bash teams, which kind of, with this many skills, Old World Alliance do become a bit of a real bash team. So, whereas they've got, like, something to work with being a bash team versus an edge team, so I think they will struggle a lot less versus Dark Elves on offense. But by the same token, Dark Elves do a lot more defensively than Old World Alliance do normally. So Dark Elves have just got Dark Elf defense to rely on.
So I should have done this before we got into the game, but just to be absolutely explicit for anyone who is not exactly understanding the situation here, the series is now tied at 1 game all, and that means that this game is the decider. Whatever happens, we have to have a winner from this game. So if we get a draw in this game, we will go to overtime. If we get a draw in overtime, we will go to kicks, which would be probably the least satisfying way to end things, unfortunately. So hopefully we won't go all the way to kicks. Hopefully we'll get a winner one way or another. But if it takes 16 turns or it takes 24 turns, we have to have a winner from this game, and that will decide who goes through to the semi-finals. So this is a must-win for either of them. There is no tie on the table anymore. Not that they tied either of their first 2 games. And we see Andy getting off on offense to an okay start, but perhaps if there's one thing that I feel like Andy has probably been wishing for in this series but hasn't got yet, he hasn't had that lovely turn 1 where you use your mighty blow and it removes players right away.
No, he's certainly made some key brawler rolls, though, that save turn off. For him.
Big brawler getting the armor break there. Again, the key skills of this series so far, brawler and armbar. So make of that what you will.
Key player halfling, so yeah, definitely a weird one.
And the key player halfling, exactly as Vitok says, the halfling was the match winner for Andy in game 1. And could have been the match winner in game 2 if it wasn't for the ogre throwing it in the wrong direction.
He did succeed to land.
Exactly.
So he did his job, right?
Threw exactly the wrong way, but still stuck the landing. Do you know, that is, I think there is almost unanimous happiness in the Blood Bowl community at the end of Wildly Inaccurate, because in the new edition with the new rules, it is being replaced with the old-fashioned accurate, inaccurate, and fumble as the 3 outcomes of a pass. But I will miss some of these funny plays where someone gets thrown in completely the wrong direction. I did it in a tabletop tournament just last weekend. I threw a goblin and he went flying sideways off the pitch, and it was very funny. Immediate appo for Andy. Can we call it a snappo, Jim?
I think it was. I think it was both a power apple or a papple and a snap apple. A snappo. I think both things happen. You can't afford to go down players versus elves, right? You're just going to lose. As I did to Crystal Hunter in the group stage. You know, if you go down to like an agility team, if you don't go down players early, you're just not going to get your drive done. It's just, it's simple as that. Mars is not going to let you get your drive done if he goes men up on you quickly. So yeah, he has to apple that. I think, even though it was just like a rubbish lineman, wasn't it? I just think it's basically his worst player. I just think you have to snap apple that because you can't afford to be down.
And one question there: if he was in defense and not in offense, would you still use the apple here, or would you not? I mean, if it happened on your while you are
on
actually
defense,
defending,
you probably on defense you probably eat it and just accept
Yeah.
that your defense is probably going to fail. Because you can still win the game if your defense fails, but you cannot win the game if your offense fails, basically.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the other things with this being a tiebreaker, as I was just talking about, that comes into consideration on the apothecary, but on all sorts of things. If you know there's a chance of overtime, then if you have to play offense in the second half, well, nobody's getting their rerolls back in overtime. So if you're playing offense in the second half, you almost have no choice but to use rerolls because you have to convert your offense. Whereas for Andy here, he knows he can spend all of his rerolls on offense and know that he'll still be able to make choices on defense about whether or not he'd rather use a reroll to save his chance of defending or keep hold of it in case he's back on offense in overtime. So I do think overtime creates some interesting dynamics in lots of decisions that these players make. I think I didn't explain that very well, but I hopefully got there by the end.
Got there in the end, yeah.
So Andy is, despite having just spent that apo, not being shy about sticking the ogre in, and I assume that means that some guard is going to follow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real tricky one. Of course, if Andy's offense fails, and maybe even if LeMarseillais scores here, right? So Andy's going the second half 1-0 down, then that reroll dynamic changes completely, though, doesn't it? Because then Andy has to use all of his rerolls to get to overtime. So it's somewhat of a gamble, but I think it's a gamble that everybody would take. You really you've just got to hope that your offense works. Basically, you rely on your offense working, all of your rerolls in to make it work, and then on defense, as long as you're 1-0 up, then you can, going to overtime isn't that bad for you because you're probably going to be up men because you've got a bash team and they've got an agility team.
Although so far in this game not going that way, I do suspect that if we had Andy here at this point, he would be saying that he feels a bit unlucky through the weekend on the removals. He did get removals last game, but they came very late in the game when he would have wanted them earlier. In the first game, I felt he did get some in time for them to be quite impactful. But yes, coming off that last game, he's probably feeling like, when's it my turn? Maybe, who knows, it's this block. But Blood Bowl doesn't give you things when it's your turn. Blood Bowl gives you things when it wants to, so you have to roll with the punches. Whatever happens, that's a huge part of the game, is accepting that it's not always balanced. You have to live with what you get.
Yeah, so especially when you're AndyDavo as well, you're used to making a Kaz every other block, aren't you? So this must be a disaster for him.
I think it's always a shock to Andy when he does a block and it's not a removal.
Is this bugged?
Is this bugged? Yes.
He's not playing on his computer, and maybe that's why.
Doesn't have the official streamer dice installed here in Paris. He's not. Indeed, he's not streaming. He's on this Nacon channel rather than his own channel.
Here is a curse. Finally, it's not coming from us. It's coming from not streaming.
We are in this. It's always funny in these series when you're doing the games back to back like this, because you get these periods where the games are very, very intense and they are in their end state and everything is very fraught. And then going from that back to this early game state where it's the feeling each other out, seeing who's going to leave a gap somewhere, seeing who's going to roll bad dice. It's a real change of pace back and forward. We're back in the slightly slower phase. That's what I'm getting at. Where
Yeah, I like this that he did here to chain him out, because that lets him max blocks a bit, doesn't it? I think that's his objective, just max blocks.
I meant to say that a second ago. I think it's one thing that we haven't really focused on, but I think LeMarseillais has done really well all through all three games, is that he takes the angle on every block to maximize the blocks or to get the chain push off. Like, he really seems to make the most of his blocks, which is, it's a skill, right? That's a thing to be good at, and I think he is good at it. That does not get him what he wanted, because he wanted an extra player to be the assist to make it a 2 dice rather than the 1 dice on the ogre.
Yeah.
So now he has to think about whether to bring another player in. He's not going to.
Wow. I think he should have done.
Oh, stays there. Wow.
Hard as a rush. Yeah, I think he should have put that in for the 2D, to be honest. Like, imagine if he puts that in and he powers the ogre. It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, and conversely, imagine if you roll the skull there, he probably won't re-roll it, and then you're giving up not only that armor roll, but potentially another one. So
yeah,
I'm inclined to agree with you, but I do suppose that if he brought that extra player in, Andy might be looking at the open side and thinking, is there a way to go forward? So there is always a trade-off.
Also, he'd have blasted the Witch Elf with his Tackle Mighty, yeah. which I think is the reason.
Although Tackle Mighty has not got rid of those Witch Elves as much as it would like.
No. I mean, obviously, like, LeMarseillais is protecting them mostly, isn't he, for the most part, like you just did there. So it's not easy to get the hits on them. But even when he made a stun with it, didn't he? He stunned one. Remember when he got to hit it? He's not getting hit them much, but obviously you'd like to kill them every time. It's the same with the whole kill the skinks thing, isn't it? With lizard men, like your chances of removing them aren't that high, so it's not really that crazy when you don't remove loads with Mighty Blow. It's quite normal to not remove every hit with Mighty Blow.
But what we could be doing, basing the strategy on what we've seen so far, is just getting armbar on those Witch Elves at every opportunity, because armbar has been #1 killer. That's a slight exaggeration, but I'm going with it.
When you think about it, the number of dodge they are trying to do is huge compared to the number of block they are taking.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, that's actually a really fair way of thinking about it, isn't it? It's just is true that with Dark Elves, they're going to be dodging away a lot, and so it's not that shocking that armbar has been more impactful than in some other games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, often they have to. This half, they're not dodging at all, are they? They're just going to punch everything here. They're going to make 5 blocks here in a blitz. They're just going to punch everything.
So what you're saying is LeMarseillais has adapted his strategy to respect the armbar.
No.
No, is that not what we're saying?
No. He's just getting to punch things. So he's going to punch things.
That was an interesting choice by Andy not to take the block with the ogre that turn. He could have had 2 dice with the ogre, but you risk activating it and having it go bonehead. So interestingly, he didn't take that choice, the risk of bonehead.
Yeah, very interesting.
I feel like if I was in his shoes, I would have taken it. That doesn't mean I'm right. That just means that I think I would have been looking for every opportunity to get those Mighty Blow hits, even if it risked a downside.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It probably depends, just on how you assess your equity of the match. And I guess Andy does, is confident, thinks he's going to win, so doesn't want to risk it. If you're less confident, don't think you're going to win, then you risk it. I guess it comes down to that.
I suppose that it might have been true that if that was bonehead, there might have been a hit on the ball. I'm not certain, but it certainly would have made it more possible. So perhaps that was under consideration. I'm not. Yeah, I'd have to look at it again.
Gets in, Wish Dwarf.
The Dwarf are spending a lot of time on the ground, actually, in the series, for the last 2 matches at least, yeah.
This feels like it's already crumbling on Andy a bit. All the players being knocked over like this really puts you in a tough spot, because you're just getting them up to get knocked over again.
Yeah, it's a problem, isn't it? big problem. Like LeMarseillais was never going to do anything except just punch everything, was he? Like there's no reason to do anything except punch everything here. Like they're set up for you. You've got 2 dice and everything. You just punch everything. So, and then once things are getting punched, it's difficult to then turn it around and get them to move in and not get knocked over again. You've got to get all the guard in and hope you get some removals. If you don't get removals, they've got 11 delves. It's really tough, Randy. Really tough.
Big dodge off armbar at the end of the turn there, chat. I didn't miss it. That lineman escaping death. Big dodge.
Yeah, it's difficult to unpunch them. Yeah, exactly right. Like LeMarseillais has the momentum essentially, doesn't he? And Andy's got to try and wrest that back.
That's a really I like the word momentum there. It's a really interesting way to frame it, isn't it? There is just like a drive momentum that builds with something as simple as did you roll a push or a knockdown. It is always strategy in where you place your position, your players, like the opportunities you create, but a few turns of not rolling knockdowns while your opponent rolls knockdowns can change the momentum. Oh my goodness, there is a huge Kaz for Andy. Well, it's just a lineman, but it felt big because it said death.
Dead.
Dead.
And Mighty Blow was used. There you go.
You will be remembered as the first dead of the final 8.
That was, I think, the first dead of the final 8. Mighty Blow finally having it say, nearly as good as armbar. Nearly as good. Mighty Blow was impactful on that. It's a great animation, isn't it? That close up, stick the knee in.
If you start getting value from this piece, because I feel like in the series for the moment is not getting that much value from this tackle Mighty Blow, so it could change a lot.
Absolutely, that is a tackle Mighty Blow piece named after Rafa's Serious Yama Giraffe. He's definitely going to be having a word if she keeps on not killing everything.
But since he's stepping in, the ogre decided to stop.
The ogre, yes. That's why Andy didn't activate the ogre last turn, because they love to disappoint you, the big guys. I haven't called the names on LeMarseillais' team. I don't know if he's also named his team after community.
Famous Marseille players, maybe. There was a few football themed ones, Mo Plovac, he named his team after the 1998 Croatia team. And then Jeff Hayes renamed his to the 1998 French football teams. That was pretty great. That was my favourite. They were my favourite named players.
Wow. Not taking into consideration the wonderful Bognar, who was having his day out on the Black Hawk team.
Bognar was the best player. But they were the best teams, I thought.
We do. We appreciate the players who've leaned in, named their team. We especially appreciate the players who've gone all out with the paint jobs and the cosmetics. 2 lovely teams on display here. It does make it more fun to watch and to cast, to have a bit more flavour on the pitch. But that is the first one.
This is what happened to this one. He was not customized, so he finished dead.
There you go. Customize your players, or they will head to the bin.
Let that be a lesson to you.
Do you know, it's funny on tabletop Blood Bowl, I've heard a lot of people say at different times that your players roll better if you paint them yourself. If you paint your own models, they roll better. I have a suspicion it's not actually true, but that is the superstition. So perhaps if you customize your players, they roll better dice. Who knows?
We were talking about it yesterday in the restaurant. Like top player in tabletop are not necessarily people that enjoy painting, so they don't necessarily paint their own team. So
yes, it's not no top players who paint their minis, but it is interesting. You do on the tabletop, especially find people who enjoy different things in the hobby. As we see a 1 dice for the Dark Elves. Skull into a skull. What was he trying to open up there? Because starting on a 1 dice suggests that there was a plan.
Another 1 dice, and then a 2 dice, and then hitting the Mighty Blow tackler. But it took a lot to do. So
it was a 2+ again. Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah, just
talked
needed
about
two,
maximising hits being a good thing, but here it may backfire in a big way because now Mighty Blow Tackle is hitting your leader thrower.
Or well, maybe the Witch Elf, right?
Yeah, could do that as well. You're right. Could block that with the dwarf instead.
Yeah, I think that's what he wants. Get that juicy. I mean, they're both juicy AV8 plus, but 30% to knock down a Witch Elf with somebody else, 55 with a tackle. And you really want it to go down.
Just a push on the runner. But the Mighty Blow Tackle is coming back for that Witch Elf. I'm certain Jimmy's right. Gets the POW.
It is.
Or at least the knockdown. And it's absolutely fine. The Tackle Mighty Blow has done its thing for the game. And we're back to...
being a lineman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I see a lot of cheering in the chat for Andy. Claim that space, Andy. Kill them all, Andy.
Bloodthirsty lot, Andy's chat. Despite what he would have you believe about being an elf coach, he has cultivated a banger audience to go with his banger playstyle. Do we have some LeMarseillais fans in chat? We definitely have some Andy fans in chat. Listen, Andy does stream. He's a very popular streamer. He's an excellent streamer. So not surprising that we have lots of Andy fans in chat. But do we have some LeMarseillais fans as well? I can see at least one. Penguins, go, 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 LeMarseillais.
I will expect some of them will be in the French stream as well.
Course, yeah.
But probably some still that will be there. I see some names that I recognize.
Shrappy Purple Chest, who is also playing Dark Elves, was, when we last checked in, had played his first game of the series, and it was 1-1. But we are not casting that series live today. We're doing 2 series live, which is we're doing the series you're watching right now, and then later on we will have Crystal Hunter against Olivier Dulac. That will be, for anyone wondering, that series is scheduled to start at 18:30 UTC. We'll be here from 18 UTC doing those games with a nice bit of build-up. So that's the schedule. We've got this game on now, and then we've got that series from 18 UTC on this channel.
Yeah, very, very interesting series that should be, shouldn't it, as well? The two rat specialists.
Yeah, I can't wait for that series, but it definitely 2 very different series today. This series, which has been, I feel like this series has been very intensely positional, if that makes sense, like very back and forth, trying to maximize those blocks, trying to get those removals. I think with the Skaven, it's going to feel a bit more wide open because, of course, the speed on them and the possibility to just really open up the pitch. So yeah, it will be a super, super fun series. There's not many mirror matches being when you play the same race against the same race. There's not that many mirror matches that you look at and think, oh, that'll be exciting, but Skaven is definitely one of them. So
Yeah. Get a blitz on the guard here, right, and then hit the tackle mighty, I guess. Interesting.
yeah. It does. It feels like in this series there has been almost like a disproportionate amount of focus on the tackle mighty blow because it hasn't done that much for Andy, but it's always been the target for LeMarseillais. So
I guess it remains
It's
scary
done a
when you're
fair
not.
bit.
maybe it's
It's
some
done
more,
a
I think.
fair-
Oh, 1 in 9.
Ooh.
Into a
Oh,
181.
181.
Yeah.
I mean, he did a blockless block when he could have been doing a blockful block. Oh, no. The Mars.
This feels like another of those turns, which is a big opportunity for Andy. There's certainly space to move forward to.
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely should have done the blitz first. It's the tackle's done a lot, just like putting tackle on the dodge players, right? Like, to be fair, yeah, the Mighty Blow hasn't, wrecked his whole team multiple times early on, but Andy's been putting the tackle on dodge players and then making it tricky for LeMars. Definitely, LeMars had to play around the tackle a lot, even if it hasn't been killing everything.
Yeah. I'm probably being too flippant when I say it's not doing things. You're completely right, Jimmy. It's doing more than nothing. Certainly, it's doing plenty. Philosophical question from Thulian in chat: can vampires play a mirror match?
Way.
Don't know the answer to that one. But Andy not getting the knockdown with a tackle mighty blow again.
Can't really afford to follow up because of the Witch Elf jumper.
Everyone now
Blockless blitz.
booing Thulian in chat.
Yeah, he deserves it, to be honest. Well, he puts the blitz over here. Interesting. Moving the ball then. Turn 6, he's got to move the ball. Oh my god, I just lost track of the turns.
Yeah, looks like not going to the right. Looks like we're going to the left, which I can see what he did there, though. He started with a 3 dice in the ogre, and then he took the tackle mighty blow hit on the same player. And I guess if either of those works, you go right, but now you go left.
Yeah. What a mistake, though, from LeMars doing the blockless block before the block full ones, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He could have demolished Andy down here.
It's so easy to just let yourself think, oh, but I won't roll a 1 in 89, will I? It only happens one time out of 89, but 181, not 89, sorry. But they do. They do happen.
And you need to refocus instantly after that, which is not always that easy.
No, absolutely not. Oh, double skull for Andy on a loner. Does take the loner reroll, does get the POW. Not the POW because it's a Witch Elf, but does get the push at least.
I swear the loners have worked like every time for the Old Alliance. like not only Andy but Jay Leave as well. Like I swear every single, not one of them is fair.
Yeah, I think completely valid point from Core Knight. Everyone here is going to be very tired. We said at the start, Jimmy talked about it. It is so abnormal to play this much high intensity Blood Bowl back to back. It would be more surprising if they weren't making any mistakes than if they were. So definitely deserves to be considered. Big reroll decision for Andy. He's thinking about it and he is putting it in.
Yeah, because it was too easy to like demolish that line, really.
Yeah. Tough one because it leaves you with only one, but that was turn 6 as well. So 2 turns, 1 reroll is not so bad.
Good name for a team. I think we do have to come around the back here, right? Because that blitzer next to the ogre can come around the back. Because nothing really much can come around the front. So I think your players to get the Witch Elf and the blitz around the back, and then try and pull off the guys that are all in the centre to put them in the way after as well. It's tricky.
And yeah, this feels like just not the easiest turn for LeMarseillais. You could, if you're aggressive enough, surf the front cage of the corner, but it's not nice. And I don't know if you can make your Witch Elf safe afterwards.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. I think, and LeMars has shown himself to be a pretty cautious player as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I think he'll go for a blitz around the back. Yeah, he's already put the assist in. Yeah, he did have to get that. If Andy hadn't got that in, then...
snake.
Oh
no, that's a big
dice
one.
are quite hard for LeMarseillais this match. I feel.
Does feel like, Andy has rolled some double skulls, but coming right off the back of the 1 in 89. The good news for that player wasn't off armbar, so survives. It actually wouldn't have made a difference, but I just like to make the joke. Yeah, I mean, it does feel like Andy has had a few gifts in this drive, doesn't it? Between the 1 and 81, that snake, and even before that, there was the turn with the skull, reroll skull for LeMarseillais. So Andy has definitely had some nice breaks on this drive. Maybe he will feel like he was due them after the last game. But Blood Bowl players always feel like they are the ones due the dice, so that much is pretty much just par for the course.
Yeah, this drive looks wrapped up now.
Yep.
Barring crazy dice.
Andy having a think about it. The only thing that's slightly awkward here is your easiest player to... Because you do want to blitz that blitzer, don't you, to free up that lineman. And the best player to do it with is a ball carrier if it weren't for the fact you get stuck. So definitely don't do that. But you haven't got a block player that's really handy to do it.
No. I mean, you can just screen though, right? You can just instantly screen this with the lineman and the catcher, and then even if everything else fails, you've at least got it screened. Oh, he's not doing it though.
I was expecting the screen from behind, I guess, yeah?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Jomini pointing out that you could surf that witch. You definitely shouldn't. But you could. You could take a block on it and then use the troll slayer to push it across next to that catcher and then surf it. It would take a lot of players who should be doing other things. But it is possible. If Andy was in his most reckless mode.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see that.
I would have just made the screen though. This is pretty well. I guess his idea is to blitz with a lineman to get the other two linemen up, like blitz the blitzer with a lineman. But the problem is this is now a 1 in 81 towards disaster, as he could have just been standing in front already.
Well, the good news is we know 1 in 81s don't happen.
Wow.
Rolls the power. And we'll go forward. Yeah, I'm with everyone. I would have wanted to cover the back there. I think that seemed a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, and even more so in this situation, right, where it's like you've got the time bank that has to go over a potential overtime game. So he's being greedy, getting the straight on the Slayer here, isn't he?
Yeah.
So that's why he wanted. Oh, he's not. Oh, okay. Ah.
Big power on the witch elf
I would have done the other hit first. Like even more so now, right, with overtime in your time bank, like he's already down to 4.5 minutes now, Andy, so like, it could go to overtime.
Do you
so it's even more just do the safe things, you know?
A spare player to foul that witch? Sorry, I'm just looking at witches on the floor and thinking, can they? But I don't think there is anyone to do it.
No.
Because you have got 13 players,
punching.
but no.
Yeah, I thought Andy was going to punch that with a Slayer. That's interesting.
Ooh, what's a spicy dodge on a player you don't want to get hurt? But does cover the assault on the ball pretty well.
Yeah. Tackle Mighty Blow could have fouled the witch.
Could have done. Could have done.
That would have been one of the worst decisions ever. Unless he made a card, in which case it would have been good.
Would that be referencing Blood Bowl 2, the famous Run Bad foul against me, in fact, in Chalice, when Run Bad used his most highly skilled high elf to do a foul? Has been a celebrated meme on Run Bad's channel for a while.
Did it work well?
It didn't. He still won, but it didn't. It got a stun and got sent off. So there you go. In chat, we've got some Run Bad fans dropping the Run Bad foul emote.
Yeah, I don't think you can even go for the ball now, right? Just hit the tackle 90, I guess.
Mm-hmm. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, Run Bad is another Blood Bowl streamer, really fun streamer from Canada. Just realised that would make no sense to someone who had not heard the word Run Bad before.
There we go, gets the knockdown. Apple's gone for Davo.
Oh gosh, I'd forgotten that. That's a scary one.
Yeah. Foul? Oh my god, maybe a foul.
They've lost their bench because they have had a death, but it's a tiny bit tempting. Oh, they're doing
Oh,
it.
it is.
They're doing it. With overtime and with no apothecary, I can definitely see this one.
I hate this foul for the record. I absolutely hate this foul.
Well, is that
Until it
because
works, right? Yeah.
is that because while we have the run bad foul, we also have the gym foul, which is always sent off for nothing?
Oh, right.
Well, yeah, the problem with this is the success state is nothing, right? The success state is nothing. You're not changing the board state with like a stun or even a KO, right? The KO comes back 75% of the time.
Yeah.
You're just fouling it to has it, really. And like you're just not getting any benefit in the drive whatsoever. That's why I hate those kinds of fouls. But sometimes they work.
They do. And it is a huge piece in the matchup. That is, you can say that at least. It's a huge piece in the matchup.
Yeah.
So if you do get lucky
absolutely.
and get it, it's a big difference. So while the percentage is low, the outcome, if you do get it, is big.
Yeah. And now for LeMarseillais, right, he's only winning this in overtime right now. So that's probably in his mind as well, you know, like if he just does this foul, gets lucky, gets a card, and all of a sudden he can win in overtime. But right now, overtime's looking bad. Like, you know, he can only win by winning in overtime right now. There's no way he's going to score early and try and turn over Andy. That's crazy. So, yeah, he's probably not going to get the one turn. So it's probably just going to be he has to score. He has to, you know, score in his own drive, take it to overtime, and then win in overtime. So if you go into overtime, then, you know, if you take out this tackle mighty in this half, then all of a sudden, you know, the odds are drastically in your favour. So maybe it is a good, better foul than I'd like to do. It depends on how you assess the equity. You know, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, as this Garis points out as well in chat, it is 100% of the tackle on the pitch. So it is an all or nothing thing, right? If it's gone, it's gone. And when you've got that much blodge, that is pretty nice. But yeah, as you've already made the point, it's the likelihood that's the issue. One thing that Andy said to me in the very brief conversation I had with him in between the last game and this one when I bumped into him, he said that a reason he'd gone for the defense first in the last game was that he liked the idea of if LeMarseillais had to do a one turn, of it being at the end of the game when he had fewer players. Because, of course, this is now, unlike the previous one we saw, this is a one turn with 11 players for LeMarseillais. So a lot more, I won't say a lot easier because it's still hard, but a lot more doable than the one with 8 players, isn't it, Jimmy?
It is, but it's still so ridiculously hard that I wouldn't care about it.
Right.
Like, I'd set up against it, of course, but I think once you set up against it, it becomes so ridiculously unlikely that I think I'm not worried about it at all. It's nothing like escaping one turn, and not even like an Elven Union one turn. It's really incredibly low odds.
I feel like if you're the Dark Elf, obviously you're playing for the timeout. Is it not like dangerous to have your line so close versus timeout? Or potential timeout, I mean?
Jimmy?
I think this kind of setup is okay. I think this is okay against a timeout. If you have it back, like if you have it like a back line and you get timed out on, then there's a danger you're giving them the cage for free, right? You're giving them the forward progress for free. Whereas at least now you'd have to use his blitz, to surf a lineman and then get things up there. So I think there's no good defense against a timeout, because if you set up against a timeout, then actually the one turn becomes more reasonable to go for. So you can't fully set up against the timeout, I don't think. I think this is just kind of a halfway house that is probably the best option versus Dark Elves. But I do think, well, he's kind of got a timeout. A quick snap option here, right? He's got that blitzer on there. It's not a dodge blitzer though. So yeah, he hasn't really considered quick snap.
No timeout. We have got an extra reroll for Andy who can't use it, I think. Or I didn't see LeMarseillais' number go up. Maybe it was no one. Maybe it was a tie.
I think they drew.
It was a tie. Okay, so for no one.
Yeah, the tie, yeah.
So a 1 dice to start, same as last time, does get it. That's a big part of it, because of course the 1 dice looking for a push is effectively a 5+. So good to get that first one.
Maybe you should have thought about the ball. I don't know where the ball is. Gets the pushes.
That'll help the player move without risk.
So we're going to be passing the ball,
You
not
have to
handing
pass,
it
right?
off.
Yeah.
Dark Elf Runner is a 3+ passer. Not the worst, but not the best.
We're probably going to do a pass and a
Mhm.
handoff
Without
at this
pass.
point, I think.
Oh, yeah, of course. Could be pass and handoff.
He also has to do, like, what's this, a 3+3+ dodge or something?
Ooh, we're starting with a dodge. Not sure where we're going. Oh dear, right, going the long way around to fill a square. Okay, hasn't fallen over yet.
Always upgrade
A reroll has been used.
Ooh, he put dodge, so he probably should have just switched to doing this with a lineman, shouldn't he?
This can't stop, right? This has to keep going.
Yeah, this seems... I don't want to say terrible. But, yeah, not good.
I'm terribly confused about why you would put the reroll in there and then stop. It feels like it's not doing enough.
I mean, it's definitely not doing enough. Now I don't even know how he gets there. Now he's got to do a million dice rolls. He was going to 4-2 through with dodge, I guess, but he didn't have enough. He didn't have enough movement to get there anyway. So
Do we even have enough players left to do this at all?
I mean, maybe, except he's just put him in base to base. He's got
Yeah.
to keep dodging. He's got to dodge for this guy.
I wonder if we are giving up. I think we're giving up.
God. Oh my, he had the blitzer right there as well to fill it, and he just went the wrong way.
Yeah. I wonder if that was a square miscount and he realised it halfway through.
Maybe just a square misclick, right? Maybe he clicked on the square
That
next to
happens.
where he wanted to go, and
Yeah.
it auto-passed him around that way.
Say again, to keep repeating it, I know it's boring, but these players have been playing 4 or 5 hours, guys. It is hard. It is hard to do and to not make mistakes. So it does feel like a mistake, but things do happen.
I reckon he double-clicked the wrong square, and then the pathing took him that way.
Yeah, that would make sense as well, because then you'd spend the reroll just to avoid getting injured.
Yeah, and to maybe do the one turn some other way.
Yeah.
Like, because he could have done. I'm sure that last lineman could have got there. I mean, or he could have just made another dodge to get out of the way and then do another lineman through there. So he could have still done it.
One thing I was going to say when we were talking about the stamina earlier and just playing the games back to back, it's not the same thing, but I do know that Andy did a tabletop tournament this year, which was where you play 24 hours of tabletop tournaments without going to bed. To me, that sounds awful, but to a lot of people, that sounds really fun. I'm not yucking your yum. If that sounds fun, I support it. But gosh, yes, no sleep at all for 24 hours. And he did survive it. I don't know how many games he got done in those 24 hours, but he did play a lot. So maybe he's given him some extra experience for these marathon sessions.
So you have the format for next year?
The format for next year is 24 hours, non-stop.
Oh my god! All the planes are done in one day.
It does save on hotel costs. Good point from Frank. You don't have to go to anywhere to sleep. You don't have to spend any money on your hotel. But yes, Andy, we talked about it at the top of the show because I said he's won 13 tabletop tournaments this year, which we don't know if it's a record, but there's a good chance it is because it's hard to get to a lot, let alone win a lot. But he told me I think he's played more than 200 tabletop games this year, which is, gosh, that is a lot. 365 days in a year, and of course, most of them, Monday to Friday, there are not tournaments happening, so...
He still plays a lot online also, so...
Oh yes, as well
it's
as,
a lot of Blood Bowl.
as well as streaming, as well as... So he certainly has put the hours in this year, and every year, but especially this year.
Cheering fan again.
Oh, someone's got a knife. Who got the knife?
The catcher.
You know what? That's not the worst player to have it for this drive, is it? Someone who can get places who
Great
might just have
player
to
to
try a
have.
sack on the ball. That's a pretty good one
Yeah.
for Andy to get it on.
Looks like the players have finally remembered we're not playing soccer.
Where's the Slayer? Other side. Good. Not a fatal mistake from LeMarseillais there, which could definitely happen, right, with the tiredness and stuff creeping in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best player to have Stiletto, movement 8 dodge player.
Yeah. Yes, if you could choose, if it was Andy, one player to get the stiletto, it would be that one. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Very nice safety, makes the catcher a little bit more threatening. And they will also be carrying the ball to start the drive on a player with armor 8+, so you can't ask for a much better combo. It will be that runner again. Just needs hit and runs, says Kratos. They will have hit and run in the new rules, won't they? The assassins on the Dark Elf team that we will be seeing a lot more of. Yes, Dark Elves will look a lot different in next World Championships. They lose 2 blitzers, but the assassins gain hit and run with their stab skill. Will be a lot of fun.
So the one turn will get better maybe with that, right?
Potentially, hit and run will certainly make some interesting possibilities, won't it? Especially if there's any situations where you can give them extra movement, which won't happen in a tournament like this, perhaps, but will happen in other formats.
The human catches will become amazing with strength 3, and then being able to choose hit and run as a skill. That will make the human catches incredible.
This is a great example of a matchup between 2 teams who are going to look very different. So maybe it's great that we've got a farewell for both of them in this current form.
Well, we'll still see them on a few competition, like official competition on the next season,
Yes.
but for the World Championship it is definitely. Still, some player might qualify for the next World Championship on this rule set, but we'll have then to play the tournament on the new one.
Some slightly confusing things happening in the studio here with our lights going on and off, but we're fine, I think.
Trying to check if we are awake still.
Just checking we're still here. So obviously a failed pickup there. I think there was never any real reason for LeMarseillais to consider the reroll on that one because I don't know if anyone's heard this yet so far today, Jimmy, OWA is slow. So there was not immediate pressure on the ball, but we'll need to make it next turn. This is good pressure from Andy to make sure that the Dark Elves can't get away with leaving that ball on the floor a second turn, I think.
I think they can. I think they can.
So?
I just think you make a screen with the 2 blitzers and a witch elf, and you're more concerned about them punching you, right? I would do all of the dodges, or the blitz and the dodges first, and then do the pickup last. Still, I think a 3-man screen is pretty good here.
Jimmy, once again, with no respect for the armbar. I'm trying, chat. I'm trying to let him know about armbar, but he's just not having it. Yeah, get the screen in front. I do understand where Jimmy's coming from. Get that screen in front first before you worry about the pickup. Definitely makes a lot of sense.
Always wear under.
Don't double one the dodgy aces, Kratos. And yes, double ones have been a factor in this game and in this series. They usually are at some point for elves, so
Shirt, by the way.
definitely a consideration. Very important turn for turn order, I would say. Make sure that you get things safe before you take the risks. Which should be possible.
Yeah, one of his arm bars isn't marking anyone. Oh, bad Andy, bad Andy.
No.
Stepping outside of the game plan.
Armbar not fully utilized.
He will come on the ball, that's why,
Firion wants a more aggressive play. Hand off to the Witch Elf and go. Do you
The right
know,
side?
if you do, you're gone, aren't you? I mean, it's pretty risky, but It's not that
That's the
risky.
problem.
It's
The-
only some twos, but yeah, it would certainly get you a long way away.
That's the problem. The problem is you have to win this in overtime. The only way you win this as LeMars is taking it to overtime, and you don't want to get there with no rerolls. There's no point. Like, do you know what I mean? If you get to the overtime with no rerolls, well, there's not no point. It's better than losing. But do you know what I mean? Like,
Of course.
you're unlikely to win if you get there without rerolls.
Yeah.
So not only do you want to get this done, you want to get it done with rerolls in hand, if at all possible.
Yeah, I think the two stories within a story in this half are definitely going to be, can the coaches conserve their rerolls if it goes to overtime? And the other one, Jimmy, is time bank. At the moment, they're both sitting pretty okay on time bank, but you don't want to be going into overtime with no time bank. That can be a horrible position to be in.
Yeah, absolutely. This might force Andy to, like, be less Andy-like with setting up a tricky surf. But there's a very easy surf here, which surely he will go for. I don't see any reason why he won't just go to surf this blitzer.
The blodger on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it seems incredibly easy.
So you would be pushing that towards the player who's standing one square from the sideline and then using an extra player at the opposite side of that to get the last push.
Yeah, it's like
Very doable.
automatic, really, isn't it?
And very valuable as well.
Yeah.
And to understand it here, like, why scoring early and trying to counter is bad? Is it because OWA is like too steady, or because you lack some movement on Dark Elf to make it work?
Jimmy, I'll let you come on that one.
It's everything, right? Like, if you could reliably turn over somebody, then it's okay, but he can't reliably get the turnover or even reliably stop him. And that's to do with Davo being good at Blood Bowl, and the Lions, they've got sure hands, they've got plenty of guard, and it's just in general, right? Like, that's the whole 2-1 grind and stuff, isn't it? If you score early, they'll score on you and you'll lose. Like, that pretty much, once people are good, that's almost always going to happen. Now, sometimes that doesn't happen, right? We saw Bright, who's brilliant at Blood Bowl, get beaten 5-0 by Olivier Dulac because he kept turning him over and scoring. But it's, it takes a lot of luck and crazy dice and a certain player's style. So if that's not in LeMars's play style, then straight away he's not going to want to do it anyway. So, lots of reasons why you shouldn't want to do that. But that was LeMars's player.
Yes, I was waiting for you to finish talking to say that. I also had missed when we were talking about that surf that was a Dark Elf in the middle of that group, which wouldn't have made it impossible, but would have made it a much bigger commitment and required you to use the other dwarf to knock it down. And so I think Andy definitely took the more sensible line, knowing that was in fact not a human.
I would have tried to serve him. I think he could have punched him and then hit that guy with a Slayer and then used your blitz to surf him. But
yeah, they do just a little bit blend in, the elves and the humans. Not most of the time, but when they're stood in the right squares, they're a little similar.
Yeah, they've both got blue on them, haven't they? So it depends. If the human's showing more blue, like, it's the angles that the humans are standing at, I think, and stuff like that. And if the Dark Elves are showing plenty of yellow, they're fine. And like the dwarves have got loads of black on them, haven't they? Whereas the humans have a bit more blue. And then the elves have got a bit of blue. So yeah, it gets a bit tricky.
Very, very cagey moment of the drive. We've seen in the last few games, there's been more than once that I've thought LeMarseillais is not getting forward fast enough, and turns out I'm wrong and he can get forward later. So no rush yet at all. Although, admittedly, the one that happened last game, you would not want to repeat, because that was a ball that got sacked and then was recovered rather than a drive that went exactly as you wanted it to.
Yeah. But it worked, didn't it? Worked well enough.
Dark Elves can do things. Still 11 players on the pitch here for the Dark Elves, which also, again, with overtime as a possibility, pretty meaningful.
Yeah. Or is he going to surf?
Oh, yes.
He is.
Going for the surf at the top of the formation. A little bit scary doing that first. If that dodge fails, the ball's getting hit.
Attacker has an assist.
Yeah.
But dodge didn't
He's got
fail.
a rush as well, I think.
Takes the
He's going to
pow.
make a rush. Takes the power, yeah, fair. Fair. You don't want to be making a rush that you don't have to.
Yeah. Nearly got the fake surf, but not. So he is going for this space here. Ooh, this feels a bit like trap space to me, Jimmy. This is very narrow to the sideline.
Yeah, very narrow. Oh, he's done a rush as well. Oh.
Ooh. And there you
I
go.
hate
If you
the
go to
rush.
overtime, that's a reroll gone.
Yeah, I hate the rush because you could have just covered the backside with it with one of these blitzers. Like that the second blitzer could have, this near the other side, he could have just come back and covered the backside, which is what I think he'd probably do anyway. Yeah, see, that covers the backside anyway, right? Didn't need that rush once he's made that dodge. So I think he could have saved a reroll there.
I just feel like this ends with you getting very squashed to the sideline. The one blitzer that's just out from the sideline in the middle is helping a bit, but I'm not sure if it's enough. Oh, survived a dodge off armbar. Tough elf.
Double armbar.
Double armbar. It should stack. Stacking armbar +2. It doesn't stack though, in case anyone's not sure. Oh, I like the way Giraffe is thinking. There's not.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, could you push the chain, push the ogre? The problem is you've got a square to fill that's hard to fill.
Yeah.
If you had the halfling on the pitch, you could do it, but you don't.
I guess you could do it with a blitz. You could do it with a blitz, but then that kind of defeats the objective of getting it in, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's not nothing because you could then, if the ogre hits the witch into the sideline, but it's less good than what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Could be looking at the witch here, yes. Looks like this could be a tackle mighty blow on the witch at the top. Andy has not been shy about taking those opportunities. We haven't talked about it in a while. We talked about it a lot during the first game, but again, LeMarseillais has no apothecary in his build, so if anything does go off, it's gone. It's not coming back. So, definitely worth...
Same as Andy at this point.
Yeah, true at this point. Same for Andy.
Oh, he could, no, he can't. Errata. I was going to say he could just free up the ogre, right, with a POW. And then he could move the ogre down, but I guess he's not going to try.
But I like what Andy's doing here, which is first, again, safe moves first, but lock things up, make it an uncomfortable turn, whatever happens on the blitz.
Yep.
Oh, puts a rush in.
Just a
Ooh,
rush.
overtime format. Does spend it. I think once you've committed to this play, you kind of have to, because otherwise the elves are just walking away up there, but that's not going to feel good with overtime. Spend it. And doesn't even get an armor break out of it.
Yeah, we said he did his match already, so...
I hope that player
Yeah.
has written a will.
Written. Players can barely
Does get armor break on that one.
right. And here's a note. You've interviewed enough of them.
This is where... Oh, and an armor break on this one. This is where in the Blood Bowl 2 days, I saw someone invoke it in chat. We would be talking about kick equity, because in the old rules, your rerolls not only were helpful in overtime, they counted towards kicks, but they do not count towards kicks in these rules. If this game goes to kicks, it is just a straight roll-off between the two coaches to see who can score their penalty kicks with no modifiers. So we're still a long way off that yet, though, to be fair. We are not yet on course for overtime. LeMarseillais needs to score.
Yeah.
So,
It's not easy. You might have to open with a 1D here.
but this feels as well like if you go forward here as a Dark Elf, it's why I didn't like coming this hard to the sideline. I feel like if you move forward here, you're going to get forced in early.
I saw your infamous after
Yeah.
dinner
You could go
speech
back.
last year's G-Back.
You could go back.
The following rhyme
It's not great because you've got to try and get forward again somehow later.
Yeah. Yeah, Haringzord saying in chat, and I agree, actually, in the end, Andy's reroll looks pretty good because of those 2 stuns. Those 2 stuns definitely make it feel like there's some more value on the board.
The thing was, did he need to rush at all is the question. And the answer is no.
What was the way without using that rush? Because that rush allowed him to blitz from that corner. So was there someone else who could have given the assist?
Well, the blitzer was like close enough that he could have blitzed from where the thrower is, right?
Oh, the blitzer could have done the movement around the top. Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah. In which case, yeah, should have been avoided.
Yeah.
Well, coming backwards and dangling a piece 2 to the sideline for Andy's Trollslayer. Just letting him know. Just leaving a blitzer here. Juicy target. I think this is okay, though. I think LeMarseillais did have time to come backwards. Didn't need to force it forward there. And I think that's...
Yes, and forcing it forward was bad, so
Yeah.
this works out good.
And I think that's, again, like a skill in Blood Bowl, right? Like not panicking and seeing when you can just go, okay, we don't have to force this. We can go back. Covers the surf.
Well, they're both down to 3 minutes something also, so yeah. Might come into play if the last turn are difficult ones.
Now, if Andy had 2 halflings, he could surf both of those blitzes. Just dodge them through to the back squares. Create a box. Off they go. Oh, my tablet battery has gone out, so I can no longer see chat. Sorry,
Yes,
chat.
you will.
Oh, I've been past a second tablet. Smooth as you like. I can see chat again. We're okay. Crisis saved.
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich.
Jeremiah always said superior skills prevail.
The problem now is Andy has to like spread out and keep everything. And if he makes a bit of a mistake, or LeMars gets a bit of traction anywhere, he can break through, can't he?
Yeah, this is the part of the game that you always refer to as the do-si-do, the back and forth, the do-si-do. And it's almost in that analogy like the you've just got one dance partner who hasn't got quite as quick steps. So every time that happens, the back and forward, the elves have got that little bit of a step ahead. And that is the classic elf offense, as you've said from the beginning. Like, it's what they like to do. Just work back and forward, use that speed advantage to create little advantages each time, and eventually you find your space.
Yeah. And this is the one, isn't it? Now this lineman's got a punch, blockless punch, but if he gets it, Mars can get through. So I imagine we'll be going through the guard lineman, probably on a 1 dice, but like a block 1 dice to knock down the guard lineman after you 2 dice the dwarf, I think, and then you can get everyone through that hole. It's not easy though. Like, this is a good shape from Davo, but like that's the weak point of the shape. Or you could just try and keep turning around the edge, but it's hard to go around the left-hand side. Probably best off just going through the middle now. It might take you a reroll or 2, but
It's interesting because, again, like even that, even on defense and even without stab, that human catcher just helps, doesn't it? It gives you that little bit of extra stretch in your movement to have that one player who can fill the gap and get across pretty easily.
yeah.
So, very, very... This feels like a very big turn for LeMarseillais, because I've just said it's okay to come backwards, and I think it was. I think it was necessary. But at the same time, this is turn 13, and we are not... It's not that we're not across halfway. We're not close to halfway right now.
No.
So
So now does he do the 3+? This is the thing, because if you blitz, if he was blitzing the lineman on the 1D, it would be a 2+, right, with block. Whereas now, because he's done the blitz on the other one, this is just going to be a blockless 1D. Like he can't go for it, surely.
I think he might have to. Looks like he is anyway, or at least he's moving in that direction. So using the middle. Oh boy. Scary dice coming up, I think.
Base everything, hope for the best.
Yeah.
Back in 2479, the experiment to use balls made of granite was not a success.
Yeah, really cutting it fine now.
Super, super tense moment of the game.
He really wants to dodge that off and put it on the tackle mighty, doesn't he? And then do this 1D, and then he stranded the tackle mighty, which is wonderful.
Do you know, I assumed we were taking the 1D, but maybe we... Oh, I don't think we re-roll this now, so we're definitely not taking it.
They're all over the place.
Ooch.
I can't see them going much
So, didn't even need armbar. The ogre getting it done. Are people tired of the armbar meme yet? Have we overdone it? Have I overdone it? Because no one else is doing it. It's just me doing it.
Look at those guns. He doesn't need them.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Look at them. Ogre posing. Showing off. I'm hearing in chat we definitely have not had enough armbar, so don't worry. Well, well, well. We have an instant stab if we want it.
Yeah, haven't seen any for the moment. So
Uh-huh. I feel like the free stab on the stiletto always works the best too. That's, again, pure superstition, so we're clear, but what sort of Blood Bowl player doesn't have superstitions? That's what I'm asking. Actually, we had all of the players before the tournament completed a little Q&A with some information, and I think at least one or two of them did have some plus superstitions. Maybe we'll get those up at some point during these casts this weekend and mention a couple of them. I don't have them to hand right now.
Can't argue with that call, can you, Bob?
I'm pretty sure some of them choose their dice in the customization. You know, there is a tournament dice for some of them. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yes. So we have a safety, the human thrower standing at the back, looking out for a potato play.
Now he's fighting it loose freely.
Another player on the ground.
Which at some point I should make Jimmy, as is tradition, explain the potato. Ooh,
This
ogre
was the
play.
blitz
Standing there.
into.
Ooh, brawler. That's a scary
Brawler
brawler because
again?
that brawler could become a double skull, so that brawler could get even worse, but it didn't.
Yeah, he's done 3 of those, by the way, this game. Not this series.
Someone was saying
Brawlers
before
work
they
each
think
time.
Loner hasn't failed all series. I don't think Brawler's failed all series. Brawler's been exceptional.
Yeah. Huge 1D there as well. Mega 1D.
Big removal on
now-
the 1D.
Now there's I mean, you can see the hole in the defence, can't you? This is not a screen, Andy.
This is where we need
So
Crystal Hunter, who's playing later, and his famous catchphrase, "Can you see the play, guys?" Because I think everyone can see this play, and it goes straight through the middle.
yeah,
Oh dear. I hope that player has written a will.
just did the block, didn't miss the blitz on it.
Sorry.
Gets the removal as well.
To sleep.
Doesn't hurt.
We'll see him on the pitch later.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know how Andy left not a screen here. To be honest, just so slow, I guess. Right, he moved everything over and that, and he just couldn't cover everything. I guess the ogre bonehead wasting his blitz was the thing. Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the ogre was a big part of that. And of course, like dwarves, once they're based, it's not like you can dodge them off, is it? I mean, you can, but it's not recommended. So,
Yeah.
Might be a third game consequence for Andy still. You know, it's like bits like playing 5 sets in tennis, I guess. Do more
just
mistakes. Yeah.
fatigue. 2 KOs on dwarves all of a sudden have significantly shifted the. Sorry, was that a second KO or am I imagining it?
That's too far.
First one, yeah, for him, it's second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's too
KO
far, isn't
rolls
it?
might
Yeah.
be important for the overtime if we go there.
Jimmy says this is too far. What's too far, Jimmy?
The ball, you mean too far? Or?
The blitzer, the runner only went 6 squares. Like he could have gone 7 and been past him, but then he moved him too far. So that now he's got to make some kind of bizarre cage to put him in. He could have been like in front of this guy. I think maybe he wanted this, right, because then he would have had to worry about the throw coming out in front. But I feel like it's not great. This.
Oh boy. This does not feel safe.
Instant stab. Yeah.
I mean,
Gotta eat this.
Yeah, the stab, if it works, means you've then just got 3+ to hit the ball.
Moving in their step next time, perhaps.
But we are into do or die time, turn 14 of this tie-breaking game, the third and final game in the series, whatever happens. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. We have
I mean, you've
not
got to start
been
with a
short
stab
of
to keep it
drama.
safe, haven't you?
Sorry, Jimmy, say again, I talked over you.
There's no problem. You've got to start with the stab, haven't you? And then I think you blitz this lineman who he's just put the assist in against. I think you blitz him, crash in with a tackle and the supporting of the guards. But I think you should have started with a stab.
Disagrees with you,
completely
goes for
risk-free.
the front cage corner. We'll put tackle and mighty boat on the ball, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, no, I mean he agrees with me there, but
Yeah,
he should
but
have
not
just
do
done
the
the
stab
stab first, right?
yeah.
The stab is just has to be done first.
Unless you're not
Unless you're
planning
not
to do
doing
the
the
stab.
stab.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the only reason you would not do it. But then, why would you not do it?
Oh, he's not putting tackle in. Interesting.
Just getting back to a
I mean,
screen.
he's surely going to jam the guard in.
Now we stab and we roll a snake.
You know, he probably just doesn't use stab players much. That's probably the reason. You know,
Yeah.
like you notice the difference between like people like Seabros who use the assassin a lot, and then people who don't. And you know, they get like the people who just don't normally use an assassin, who use an assassin for Dark Elves, don't use them as well as people who use them a lot. And then obviously in this case, it's Stiletto. So you know, Davo just isn't a Dark Elf player at all, is he? Despite his elf-coached name.
Despite his claims. I feel like this is dipping back into the AndyDavo lore, but he used to have a custom mini that people could get for being subscribed to his channel that was him as a Dark Elf, I believe, back in the day.
Yeah.
I think that's a while ago. Oh, Ogre's still not playing.
Huge rush. Huge power.
So
3-on-1 this guy now. What doesn't he follow? Interesting.
was-
I would have followed that.
that was textbook burning the ones that turn. Burned a 1 on the stab, 2 ones on the stab, then burned a 1 on the ogre, made a rush, made a 1 dice power.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
brilliant stuff.
Classic. That's experienced Blood Bowl play, making sure you burn the ones on the right players.
I think he should have definitely followed there. Maybe he was just run out, you know, panicked with the time or something, because
He
he
is.
should have followed there, right?
They're both now down under the 3 minutes. So yes, the overtime time bank and the overtime rerolls both worth keeping an eye on.
Talismans are
Could have had armbar on 3 players.
There you go, Jimmy. That's the spirit.
Join the team, finally.
Just can't trust first.
This is tough, isn't it? He's got to get forward as well. Oh, maybe he's just going to hand off to this Dark Elf. Yeah, if he hands
Yeah.
off this
This
Blitzer,
one?
it's done. isn't it?
That feels like the play, doesn't it? Dodge back, hand off, and go. Although there's not a straightforward path to handing off, is there, with the catcher? I suppose you've got to just hit the catcher, so...
Just run all the way
Yeah.
around back, I think. Pass it to him even.
Oh my goodness, are we going to overtime? Are we getting the maximum length version of this series? It's been a great series, so... Maybe it deserves
punch
it.
this. Yeah, and then punch the other one.
Gets a KO. Removals coming for the Dark Elves now.
They'll have to pick up most of them off the
This is into a 3 dice, which is wonderful.
Gets the power on the 3 dice. No Apothecary, but it's fine.
Now the handoff.
This does look like it will seal the drive for LeMarseillais, this handoff. If he can make it.
Oh,
Makes the dodge. Makes the handoff. Has to re-roll it. Scary.
has to.
Makes it. And
Now he's probably home and dry, isn't he?
well, I mean, there's going to be a human that can get to it that's currently not screened.
Oh, come on.
Oh boy, we are having a incredibly badly timed technical issue
Yes.
in our studio.
Yes.
We've just lost the game and it's turn 15.
I think we rolled a 1.
I think, yes. LeMarseillais rolled a 1 and then we immediately rolled a 1. I don't know what to tell you guys other than we will have this fixed as soon as we possibly can. There are people working on it right now as we are talking to you guys. Very hard to give you any comment on anything other than what we saw, which was a second ago. There was a chance for Andy to get the 3+ dodge for a 1 dice on the ball. I don't know if we're going to be able to get back in time.
Yes, we should.
So,
Yes, we should. In the meantime, actually, we have the result of the other match of Purple Chest versus Night Watch.
okay.
And Purple Chest won 2-0, meaning he's...
Wow. So we have our first semi-finalist confirmed. It's not one of AndyDavo or LeMarseillais. Their game is still certainly ongoing. But Purple Chest, congratulations, has taken Dark Elves through to the semi-finals. So we will have at least one elf team in the semi-finals of this year's World Championship. We could have 2. We are going to find out as soon as we can. Still working on the technical fix. So you just get me on camera for the meantime. You've got an elf on stream, but probably not the one you were hoping for. Really, really fun game. Do I still have Jimmy in my ear or do I not have Jimmy in my ear?
Hello.
I don't know
He's
if
there.
Jimmy has...
He's there.
I don't know if you have any ways of keeping tabs on this, Jimmy, that aren't our ways while we're here in the studio, or if you are in the same position as we are for seeing what's on screen.
I think I'm in the same position as you, yeah.
Okay, well, we will get things as quickly as we can. But yes,
I mean,
so
a cast without a technical problem is not a real cast. You know? So
Exactly.
we needed one. We
Not
prefer to do
even-
it today than during the final.
not even the real thing. And look, what we can say as well, not just one elf coach in the semi-final Purple Chest, but one British coach in the semi-final. We started today with 3 French coaches as the most represented nation in the Blood Bowl 3 World Championship final weekend. So will Andy make it 2 for 2, or will it be one of the French coaches going through with his opponent LeMarseillais? We are closer, I think, to getting back in here. We have on our in-studio screen got Blood Bowl back up and running, so just a question of getting the game up and running. What a shame that this has been the timing of this at the end of a great series, but we will be back in before the end of the game for certain. So don't you worry. In fact, we are going back in right now. And sorry to take away the drama of the end of that drive. I think we saw the key part of the drama of that drive because it looked like the ball
Something happened.
we saw the ball going off into the top right corner. We knew that the ball was fairly safe. There was some chance for Andy to hit it. We can see from the scoreboard at the top there, Andy has not spent a reroll. So if there was an attempt on the ball, he decided not to spend a reroll on it. And here we go.
Maybe Lamar's used his last reroll to stop the attempt on the ball, right? I thought he had one reroll when we left.
Oh,
So
you're
I guess
right.
he used his last
LeMarseillais
reroll
is
to
out
stop
of
it.
rerolls now. He did definitely have at least one reroll. So LeMarseillais has used his last reroll, which is definitely going to make things tougher going into overtime. Having said that, there are still, and we wouldn't have bet on this, Jimmy, there are 11 Dark Elves still on turn 16.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible, isn't it? I don't think this is the first time I've ever seen 11 players on turn 16 of an AndyDavo match.
Yes, Andy is down 1, but did get his Troll Slayer back, which had been KO'd. So, yes, LeMarseillais is down to just over a minute of time bank. Andy has 2 minutes and 40, but he might use some here on the 1 turn. We have already seen one successful 1 turn by Andy this weekend. It was the halfling throw, and we may see another attempt at a halfling throw here. Let's see what Andy has gone for. A pitch invasion for who? Oh boy. Well, there is still an ogre standing.
Not
Where is the
in the middle.
halfling?
Yeah,
Where
that's
is the
okay.
halfling?
Oh,
Should not change.
it's there, but the
halfling
catch
is
is
there.
gone.
Okay, but it's possible. This
Can
is
reach.
possible.
Yeah, I think the throw can just reach.
Yeah, so there will be no catch at 1 turn, but there can be a halfling
yeah.
1 turn
It's a lineman.
with the thrower handing
It's a
off.
lineman. It's a lineman, isn't it? The lineman can reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lineman, you're correct. Sorry,
Cheers.
yes, it was the thrower that was done, not the catcher. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are back for the climax of the game and maybe for overtime. We'll find
Nuffle
out.
just went overtime, I guess.
Exactly. I think everyone is enjoying this series so much. They wanted a bit more, and
Only the
Ooh,
PC didn't want it.
boy, that's a reroll you don't want to
What?
spend. He does spend it.
What?
Oh, do you spend it here?
Well, he has. I think it was worth asking the question, but he has spent it. I see why he's done it, because it allows you to get the 2 dice on this player, but that does feel like a big cost to spend a reroll on.
They're constantly riding
Could you not have used the dwarf on the middle of the formation to do
Yeah,
it?
you
That's what's
could.
confusing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and now you've got last
No.
reroll. I think you can't.
You
can
can't use your last reroll.
Yeah. Oh, dearie me. I don't know why he didn't use the dwarf there.
Maybe thinking is I still have one more than my opponent on a trade. I don't know, but
Yeah,
Ju-
but you could have
I mean, just
moved the dwarf
he
first.
miscounted the squares, right? He must have just miscounted the squares, thought he could go there, and then, but even then, he could have just not used the reroll, right? Like,
Well, the Dark Elves
Yep.
won the coin toss and they are getting the ball. So,
wow,
with 11 players.
and
11 players.
I have to say, it hasn't always been pretty, but LeMarseillais has converted all of his offenses in this series. Now, I will add to that, LeMarseillais has had rerolls in all of his offenses this series, which, and he does have 0 for this drive. So that certainly will make things harder. But 11 players.
Yes.
And every
All
chance
3 of his
for them.
drives. Sorry, all 3 of his drives, he's used all 3 rerolls.
There you go. So I don't think this is automatic at all. I think this is still in the balance. But
I think you
clearly-
just get it in. I think you just bang it in, honestly. I think you just score if you can, you know?
It's easier said than
and
done,
then-
though,
and
isn't
then
it?
trust me,
You don't just score. There's always, even when people say, "Oh, just score a 2-10," it's never that simple.
No. What I mean is score if you can. Just if
Yeah.
you can score. Don't think about turn 8. Just try and score it all, and then if you know that's better than just trying to score. I don't think you should try and score on turn 8. I just think you should forget
Yeah.
scoring on turn 8 and just try and score it all, because that's going to be hard enough, honestly.
Second reroll for Andy.
Oh, wow, that is a huge roll, because a reroll for LeMarseillais would have been great, but Andy goes back to 2, so it's great for Andy.
That's why he used the one before, actually.
Yes, yeah. He knew he was getting one more. He had a check on streamerdice.exe and made sure, gosh, this is going to be a really intense end to a super intense series. We have got our money's worth for this series, chat. 3 games and overtime.
turn ordering critical. I mean, it should always be critical, but now even more so than normal.
Yeah.
And he's actually going to do the pick up and the blodger this time, not the no running nonsense this time.
Yes. Yes. Carry on, Budge. Definitely makes sense.
Really?
No need to be like that. My life coach says I have a very deep baritone.
Scary rolls, all of them. But you do the dodges first because you got the rerolls for them. That's why you roll that one first. Oh my goodness.
Nicely done.
Jimmy, when you're watching this, do you think to yourself, oh, glad I went out earlier? Happy not to be dealing with this
No.
stress?
No, absolutely not. I'm gutted that I'm not in this.
Trying to help you find. Oh, there's a snake! A snake and the boys on the floor. Oh my goodness.
Expensive snake here.
Very, very expensive snake.
Do you just go for the scatter and see what happens here? Or?
I think it's a tough one with elves, but I think I would go for the scatter here, yes, because it's currently not your ball. So if you do it, you
Seems
give it a
like
chance. It could be your ball.
Yeah.
So I think I'd go for the scatter.
It's not.
Oh, definitely not the scatter bit.
There's a lot of snake in this match
Yeah.
lurking around.
Yeah. I think so. The problem is if you don't go for the scatter, you only get to put 2 players in. If you could have put 3 players in, then I think not scattering is better. But you could put the ogre in and back him up with a couple of guards. So that's why you want the ogre, right? You want the ogre in there. So you want to push it back, and obviously 50-50, you've got a great scatter anyway. 3 out of 8, you've got a great scatter. So I think that's a real tough one. I think on a push, you'd be more likely to just scatter it and then see if you get really lucky with the scatter. But on a POW, I'd be inclined to not want to, but I probably still would, just because it's so much better, isn't it? If you scatter, it's a good scatter.
Like you say, it's not just about the scatter; it's about being able to get the ogre into that square, which is a really nice square for the ogre. Because your alternative fills that, doesn't it? So, because this is the thing for Andy. Obviously, in a dream world, that scatters over his player and he picks it up. But even not doing that, the ball is now on the floor and your opponent still has no rerolls. So, it's still a very uncomfortable turn coming up for LeMarseillais, who we have to say LeMarseillais was unlucky the turn before because he did do everything in the right order. He did do all the safest things he could do, and still found a snake.
Yeah.
Do you miss the old days?
Now he's probably just got to. I was going to say he's probably just got to carry on the witch elf, but that's on tackle, so he can't just do that. So now he's still got the long walk up to get the ball with the blodger, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You had to ask permission.
And now we know a 1 is a killer.
Just a second, what's happening down there?
We've got someone in chat saying they didn't realise that Old World are quite strong in this format. Well, of course, as Jimmy was talking about right at the start of the show and talked about with Nobility in the last one, with this sort of tournament style, it really does come down to the skill pack they get. And they got a generous skill pack here, which they need to be competitive with teams like Dark Elves. But it's made for a very balanced. I mean, this feels like evidence that the rule set is doing what it wanted to, Jim. Right? Like these are 2 very different races that are playing a very balanced series.
Yeah. It's been. I think it was a great rule set. Number one thing was there wasn't a swarm of Amazons.
Yes.
That's always the number one concern, is that all there is Amazons. And so thank God that didn't happen. The unfortunate byproduct of that was there's been no wood elves at all, hardly. But wood elves have had plenty of time in the sun, haven't they? So I guess it's not that bad.
Yeah.
A small price to pay for no Amazon. Well, there was 1 Amazon in the quarters. That's basically norm, considering how ridiculously insane Amazons are.
Yeah. Amazons have been very, very dominant in tabletop this year. And listen, for what it's worth, even though it was bad for Wood Elves, I also supported the use of the Mighty Bow tackle being more available in this tournament. I thought it was a good thing because it just would have been very, very Amazon dominated, and the fact that they were good enough to get to the last 8 means they clearly weren't priced out completely, but they were not given the free ride they've had sometimes in in some tabletop tournaments in the last year, to be honest, where they've been very, very strong and just not very fun, I think is a big part of it. You want games to be interesting and fun, and they aren't always that, Amazons, are they?
But they still got eliminated by a team that did not get these tools.
Right, exactly. So we didn't see that series, but exactly that. Purple just has knocked them out without any tackle mighty blows. So, but I would agree with some of the things being said in chat right now. I think this has been a really, really high standard series of Blood Bowl. Someone saying in chat they think maybe the most well played series they've watched in this tournament. Jimmy, you'll have some perspective on that, but it's what you'd expect. It's quarterfinals.
Yeah, I think it's up there. I think Jay Lee versus Davo was very good.
It was.
And then
That was a great
I think
series.
this one's very good. Yeah, I think there was another one. But yeah, there's been some ones where there's been every game's been very good. There's a few where one or two of them were very good, and then one or two weren't as good. But everyone's been very good. Yeah, there's been a few mistakes, of course there has, but the overall level's been great. Yeah, for sure.
Disgruntled Orc asking, does PC play the winner of this one? No, PC plays the winner of our second televised game, which is going to be the Skaven mirror between Olivier Dulac and Chris the Hunter. And the winner of this game will play against either Arzawain or Justicium. So that's either humans or undead.
Only 3 players free, and 1 bludger is on tackle. So, yeah, this is tricky, isn't it? Tricky for LeMarseillais.
This sort of situation just feels like you're squeezing a piece of like a citrus fruit, trying to get the pips out of it. Like you're just hoping that you keep squeezing it enough, and it's going to eventually go pop for you, because there is no room for anything to go wrong every single turn, and basing everything really exacerbates that. Like the only thing that you can do, which LeMarseillais has done well here, is build like a 2-layer to your screen. So if you see here, Andy even pushing everything forward to base everything, he wasn't able to put a tackle zone on the ball, and he wasn't able to put a tackle zone on those 2 players guarding the ball. So LeMarseillais has done a really nice screen for the position, but the problem is you have to keep doing that every turn with no rerolls.
Yeah, which is why I like just, scoring as soon as you can, any way you can, rather than trying to feel like lots of the time, you want to burn turns and make sure you get the stall. I think he just has to score any chance he gets. And I think I don't like this. I think I would have wanted to assist on the dwarf there and blitz that dwarf, and then you could have made the hit on the Slayer. But now he's not making any hits, is he? He's going to have to dodge with a bludger. Because the bludger dodges.
Yeah, that seems fine, dodging the ball right away. Makes sense. Like, again, it's the closer you got to reroll things.
Time bank is like shrinking for LeMarseillais also.
Oh, yes, you're right. This is going to take him
Yeah.
into it again, 59 seconds. It's so hard because you don't want to make a mistake at this stage of the tournament, but you also leave yourself in tougher and tougher positions, don't you? So we've gone for 3+ dodge to get the 2 dice hit, which does
which
work.
then gets the other 2 dice hit, but he's pushed him in the wrong square.
Oh boy.
Oh, which leaves him in contact, which means he's got to take the both down.
Oh boy, has to take that both down. Well, that does keep the ball safe, but means a lot of hits are coming up.
Yeah. I guess the thing is, at least getting all of his guys' hits is taking a lot of Davo's actions, right?
Right? Weirdly, I was just thinking that it's not so bad, is it? Like, it feels wrong. Keith the Big's asking the very reasonable question of why I'm squeezing fruit to try to get the pips. I mean, that is literally the opposite of what you normally do. You're normally squeezing 11 and getting annoyed that the pips keep falling out. So I don't have a good answer to that question. It was a terrible analogy, is the answer to that question. I'm going to become the one committing crimes against food instead of Andy here. Ogre does a big 3 dice hit to free up some players.
Very nice.
Davo would have doubled down. See, that's the difference. I own my terrible cooking analogy. Andy would have justified it.
Is there a dark elf on the sideline there? Davo's not surfing it if there is.
Just taking the hit in front, keeping the screen, puts it on the ball.
Yeah, look at that. Davo didn't take that. I mean, okay, he might still surf it actually on a block. Seems a waste though to surf.
Yeah, I think it does just feel like a waste, doesn't it, in a situation?
Outrageous.
Full power.
Brawler's been so good this game.
And a casualty. Brawler and armbar, guys. Take notes. These are the skills.
Is this a rush?
Only lineman this time, but...
And they start the turn in trouble.
We finally, on turn 19, the Dark Elves are below 11 players. On turn 19. That is some tough Dark Elves.
I mean, there's definitely ways through here. The problem is that the mighty blow tackle, and if you get through, he might get you down. So yeah, I think he's just going to come back, centralize.
I mean, all of these drives have looked so similar. It always goes like this: goes back, goes forward, goes to the middle, and somehow at the end, it never feels pretty, finds a way to get forward, which is in the end. I think that's just because LeMarseillais is playing really well. Andy is giving him hard questions constantly, and he's finding answers. I think it's been a really, really well played series on both coaches. I think, of course, it's not been perfect. It never is, but I think it's been a really well played series.
Yeah.
The pressure for each dodge now, even with dodge, must be crazy for him.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. This one can get free, can't he? Except it's not dodge. Ugh. This is where the leader's really rubbish, right? Like this leader runner, it's great that when you've got the rerolls and like when it's doing things, but at this point when you're out of rerolls, you really wish that leader runner was like a dodge blitzer, right? Like this last blitzer not in dodge is just a killer.
Turn. Oh, dodge fails. We're in turn 20 of game number 3 of our first series here. That means we have had, gosh, can I do the mental arithmetic? 52 turns of Blood Bowl from these two coaches. They are giving us absolutely everything. I imagine they will both be ready for a lie down after this is finished. But don't worry, we will drag Andy into the studio whether he likes it or not for the next series. We will be having a break between this series and the next one, but he will be joining us for the commentary of Crystal Hunter against Olivier Dulac later. But yes, I think this is going to be a heartbreaker for whoever ends up on the losing side because they have both given it everything.
Yep.
Tackle Mighty Bow coming in, getting a pow.
Hey, those men look almost competent.
One more time, I will say, it's no armbar.
Strategy is just not working anymore. It needs to reinvent something.
Basing the ball means that probably gets hit, but obviously it means that dodge can't just happen with dodge skill, which...
Yeah, that's scary. With no reroll.
Definitely see. Does the ogre come in here as well? The thing you've got to be afraid of as Andy here is if you overcommit and the elves get around you. That's the thing that's scary. I suppose Leet, seeing it another way, over 100 turns. You're right. If you combine both of their turns, we are over 100.
I think he's going to make
Which
him
is
suffer.
a huge number. In goes the guard. Makes it harder to hit that tackle mighty boat. Is there, I
Yep.
mean, it's scary, but if you're willing to roll the 2+ dodge without blitzing, is there some space around the left-hand side now?
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah.
I'm
there
not
is.
playing and I'm scared.
Yeah. It's stressful. It is 100% stressful.
The problem is there's no real easy way. Oh no, there is an easy way. You can blitz the catcher, and then chain out the tackle, and then you can dodge the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, because you can then use the witch chain out, can't you?
Massive
Very nice.
Bifford fan on Twerper has just
Although that
taken
hit on the
right
catcher is currently not a 2 dice, so you need to move something else first, and I don't know what's doing that.
There's a lino there right next to it.
Oh, the one on the floor
Free-
is
a
not
free
marked.
one, a
Yep,
free
you're right.
train.
Yeah, the one on the floor is a dark elf and is not marked. You're right. Okay, yeah. So, errata.
That's like the only safe way of getting the ball out, I think.
Yeah. But the
Realist-
question then becomes, is it right to do the safe way, or is it better to do take some risks and hope to get a better situation out of it? Tricky. Because if you just dodge
I mean,
everything,
I think it's
So,
almost
Going to get the ball
always
here?
right to do the safe.
will you try to get the ball here, maybe? Or?
No, I think we're going left.
Yeah?
Yeah. And this is looking like it's going to be a dodge, which is what Andy wanted.
Yeah.
But there are all
I think he's just going to blitz with the witch elf, right? I think the witch elf. No, but then that's 1D. So
The teams are backed by the
he's got
Andy-
to block with a blitz
So you have
first.
Clan Sky
For
Teams,
sure, Andy was
Clan
trying to force
Escher,
this 1 in 6 failure state. So for sure, Andy's getting what he wants if that's what happens.
Jim, don't talk
Ball
to
carrier
me for the
blitz.
next few days.
Scary as. Makes the dodge. Roll a 6, no problem.
Carrier himself blocks.
And then get pushes.
Really risky.
It's good enough for him. It's good enough for him.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I know you don't like it, Jimmy, but I actually think for the amount of position you gain from doing that and having everyone free to move, it might be worth it. But it is 1 in 6 you just lose, which is horrible.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely like one of those matter of perspective things, but I think you could argue either way.
Yeah. I mean, you can argue anything either way,
That's
can't you? If you
true.
want.
That's true. That's true.
We didn't block that guy. Didn't run out of time. No, he did run out of time. 0 time ban.
Oh, hit 0 on the
Oh.
time bank. So the
Yeah.
time bank is completely gone. Didn't get to finish his turn. Oh boy.
What action did he miss, actually?
What was the next thing
He
gonna
could have
be?
blocked with a blitzer. Yeah, the blitzer on the right hand side could have blocked, and then he could have
Oh, yeah, this one, yeah.
dodged or blocked the other one. Yeah,
Oh my god.
and only just got this runner up. He could have also dodged for the runner if he wanted, but probably wouldn't have. I think just standing the runner is better.
But he has now got through 5 turns of overtime without a reroll. So it's going how it needs to for the LeMarseillais so far.
Let's say it's a soft warning because it's not too bad.
Yes, yeah. That's
Soft
not the
warning
worst
that you
place for it to
want, yeah.
happen. But now you know you've only got literally 120 seconds for your turns, which is stressful.
And still a lot of players to
Yeah.
play. It's not like it has not become a 7 game or something.
Yeah. And for anyone who has not interacted with that dynamic before, it is very cut and dry. When your time bank runs out on your turn, you don't even get to pick your blocking dice anymore. It is immediate end. So very, very scary now.
Yeah, I played a game where I ran out of time bank once, and yeah, it was horrific. Like, oh, I mean, you've got to reroll this, I think.
Double skulls for Andy.
Where's the nearest mine?
Into the knockdown.
Doesn't
Interesting
really
that
do
Andy didn't go for the front one, went for the tackle mighty blow on the witch elf.
Yeah, he wants it on the ball, doesn't he? That's the thing. He just has to get.
But isn't
just
the
has to
problem
get on the
here is
ball.
that you leave the possibility of them getting out the front.
Yep.
It's
Yes,
sure
it is.
you've made them roll the 2+, but if they make it, this feels worse.
Yep.
It's still a scary 1 in 6.
Yeah.
I had a gold crown for every player I've seen lying on the field during my career.
Right, straight back to LeMars. He's got to think fast. He's probably just going to do the dodge now, I reckon.
Someone asking this in chat. So again, there is people who don't know how this all works. Overtime in Blood Bowl 3 is a straightforward half of Blood Bowl. So at the end of this half, no matter what the score is, that will be the end of the playing time. If either coach has a lead at the end of this half, then they will win the game. If not, we go to kicks, which is essentially a random dice roll-off. So it is very much do or die time. It's not sudden death like it was in the old rule set. So in theory, if LeMarseillais scored this turn, Andy would have 3 turns left to go. However, LeMarseillais can't score this turn because the ball is nowhere near the end zone. So very likely, if there is a touchdown, it will be at the end of the half here. So it's looking very, very tense indeed.
I didn't like this from LeMars at all.
Double skulls! Double skulls! Blitzing with the ball carrier to get the ball free. Oh my goodness. Huge.
Oh no.
He has been
So dramatic.
hanging on and hanging on without that reroll. But
Good thing is-
now on turn 22, Andy has a chance to take the ball and look for the win.
Still have some pieces to defend.
Yes,
But-
there are some Dark Elves around this, but do you know what's looking huge right now? That free reroll that Andy got for this overtime, because he would also be out of rerolls if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, mega.
That's a good choice for a display.
Wow, wow, wow. Huge, huge moment in this series. It's not over, but it is certainly swinging towards Andy right now.
Yeah.
He finally gets rid of one of those Witch Elves with the Tackle Mighty Bow. He's been trying to do that all series. Maybe that is the tipping point.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What a moment.
Seems like you need something like that to happen to untie those 2 players.
But of course,
Yeah.
I mean, it also needs to be said for Andy, whoever picks this ball up is doing it on a 3+, which can easily fail. There is still very much chances for this to go.
On the other side of the pitch, so it could backfire in a sense. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
Very,
it's
very
safe.
much.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can get it pretty safe actually, as long as he knocks down this this lineman.
Wow. So,
Someone in the chat said
Andy has
streamer
to-
dice activated.
streamer dice activated.
Can someone go and check he's not starting streaming?
As Andy started the stream up. Yeah, that would be the clue. 1 in 9. Oh my god. Brawler.
Brawler!
Brawler again. Brawler.
100% readability.
Absolutely huge brawler there. That's a 3+ effectively with no reroll once you're doing it. So, oh my goodness, brawler skill to the rescue yet again for Andy. Incredible. I mean, listen, if Andy does go through, he will have done it using the full gamut of OWA skills. Goes for the ball, huge
Here we
moment,
go.
picks the ball up, makes it.
Ooh, that's huge.
Still needs to do at least 1 rush here, I think, to get off the sideline.
I don't think he does. Oh, he does. I think he could have stayed on the
but
sideline
if he
next to the
stays there, then
94
the Witch
tackle.
Elf could try to dodge it and surf it. I wouldn't have wanted to stay. I wouldn't have wanted to stay. I mean, you could. It's always a trade-off, but I'd be scared of that.
Yeah, I'd be scared of it, but I'd be scared of the rush as well. I guess once you've picked it up, you can do the rush then,
Yeah.
right? But if you failed, I think if you have to use the reroll on the pickup,
Yes,
then I
yeah,
think you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have rush.
But with like no rerolls and no tackle against you, will you not have tried, like, I don't know, to go for the touchdown, you know?
Well, he can still go for the touchdown.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, this is now an interesting question, Jimmy, because LeMarseillais doesn't have to win this drive, right? He wants to, but a drawing here still gets him to kicks. So do you just switch into full slow Andy down mode? Like, what's your play here?
It's a good question. It doesn't look like he's got much, does he? He's got a 4+ dodge through tackle to hit the ball, which isn't good. So yeah, probably just try and recover and maybe surf that Slayer and punch the other guy, and that's good enough.
Goes for the Slayer, exactly as you said. So I think we're going to try to build whatever elf screen we can here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Just put whatever you can in front. The tricky thing is, that is a movement 8 player carrying the ball. Oh my gosh. What a series. It's going to be, I really thought today that the Rat Derby was, he's failed the rush. Did he need to do that? That feels like it's going to make it very easy for Andy.
It does feel like it's going to be very easy for Andy now, yeah.
Oh no, did he have to do that one?
Oh, God.
It is tough. The time bank gone makes every decision rushed, makes you have to do things you don't want to do, but it feels like that's maybe the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. Don't say it's over.
Don't say it. Well, do you know what? It won't be over, because whatever happens, there will be some dice that an elf can roll to hit this ball this time, won't there? Because elves are fast enough and there's enough of them standing. So
yeah,
it won't be over, but it might be pretty close to it.
Yeah, very low odds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, you have to say, if Andy does coming through this after coming through that JLev series, he's certainly not getting it the easy way, is he? He's having to fight for everything.
I mean, that's all World Alliance, isn't it, right?
Yeah,
like,
perhaps,
what they've got is all of the skills. They've got loads of skills on the players, but the team is just not that exciting, ultimately. It just hasn't got the raw power of Dark Elves or Skaven or Undead. And humans are in the same boat, or Amazons. So like, there were 5 teams that were there because they're just good at Blood Bowl, and there were 6 games, and there was 2 teams that are there because the skill package. And that's all World Alliance. The humans in there were in a bit of a worse state, to be honest. In a bit, like, they're going to have to battle more, whereas like the other teams are just going to have games where Skaven or Skaven and they win 5-0, like they did.
Yeah. What's the way? You have to come all the way around the bottom with the Witch Elf. I mean, it's very, very long way.
Yeah.
And the best you're going to do is the 1 dice, because the guard is well positioned on the corners.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Good turn by Andy, honestly. Like, I know it was easy, but he's been playing for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
So like, it's even doing easy turns like this, you'd see people mess it up, right? So
I can't stress that enough. I don't think there is an easy turn at this time. I really don't. When you've been playing that long, I think it's like, feels repetitive to keep saying it, but it just is true. It's so much Blood Bowl to play back to back. It's hugely exhausting on the mental side. So definitely, even doing the small things right at this stage is not a given.
No.
Andy probably had an emergency chocolate. He probably did, knowing Andy. Oh, this is not the blitz. Are we going to block the tackle to make a way for the blitz? It looks like uphills.
Still uphill, yeah.
So we did all that
Gets
and
the
still
power
up an uphill. Oh my God, he's only got 34 seconds, of course. No time bank here, so you need to, if you're going for the ball, you need to do it.
A little short. Oh no, mind you. He's on the ground.
It's going to get there. Here we go. Right.
Click, click, witch elf, click ball now, right? You've got to do it. Oh, she's failed the first dodge. It's over.
I can't see them going.
It's over. Oh
Wanna keep-
my goodness. Well, it took him the full 3 games and overtime,
And he did it.
but AndyDavo has made it through to the semi-finals. He was that desperate to not come sit with us here on the sofa that he stuck at it and made his way through. An incredible effort by Andy. I have to say as well, we said at the start of the stream, only 2 coaches in our last 8 played on the finals weekend last weekend and are playing again this weekend. That is Andy and Olivier Dulac. Andy has been in the semi-finals both times now, so you have to say that is, for all we love to give him a hard time and wind him up, that is incredible consistency from Andy.